We've got a very special activity for you guys and girls. I'm just putting it out there. We might run over about 5 minutes late because I know we've got an activity that we really want to do with you, and Jan, who's going to do it for you, is absolutely incredible. He's going to lead you through an activity that I did, which was an absolute game changer for me back in 2013. In fact, if I hadn't have done this activity that he's going to do with you, he's doing it in a small way, because when I did it, it was about a 4-hour process to do the whole thing. And I highly suggest that if you get the opportunity to do the whole thing with Jan, do the whole thing. We're just going to do a little droplet of it tonight. But seriously, I don't think I would be alive today if I hadn't have done it. And that might sound dramatic, but after 4 near-miss heart attacks, I was ready to make serious changes in my life. And if I didn't, then I wasn't going to have a life. And this activity really made the difference to me. So I'm very excited to bring on the amazing Jan Sjöcrona, who was one of Holland's top corporate criminal defense trial lawyers and also worked as a professor of international criminal law. In his legal career, he works at least 70 to 80 hours a week, leading to a crisis in his marriage in 2014, which made him take a good look at his life. At a Tony Robbin seminar, Jan decided to end his law career and refocus. It saved his marriage and it put him on the path of coaching. And he's now a certified strategic intervention coach. Guys and girls, get ready to ripple in a big, big way. If you're excited, let us know about it. Give us a whoop whoop. Welcome Jan to the incredible RippleFEST stage. Mr. Jan, come on the screen, my friend.
Hey, Sammy. Hi,
hey,
Sammy,
hey.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Where are you tuning in from today?
From Holland, Netherlands.
Yeah, welcome on.
Thanks, excited to be here.
Oh, very excited. Well, Jan, I said a little tiny piece of your background there, and it's interesting that actually we've got Simon, who has just been talking about this very situation that actually happened for you in this massive career that you built a lot of wealth, a lot of success, a lot of your identity, a lot of your value will have been tied up in your identity back then. And yet you chose to follow that purpose and passion instead of the profit. Do share with us just a little bit of that journey so that we can get into the activity as soon as possible.
All right, let's do that. Well, the short story is I've been working as a criminal defense trial attorney, as you told the audience, for some 30 years. I had my own law firm. I was a professor of international criminal law, and I've written several books, done a lot of teaching, coached young lawyers to start their career. Many crazy hours and law firm management also, but working harder and harder, and to secure a lifestyle and success that I thought would be the result did not work. I mean, I caused the car accident to happen. Fortunately, no one died, but I mean, your self-worth gets a blow. I fainted in my bathroom. My wife found me there with blood dripping out of my ear. So I was brought to the hospital, all due to stress. But fortunately, I didn't get a burnout, only a concussion. But at the end of the workday, there was no life at the end of busy working. So, even my daughter once, when she was 3 years old, she's 30 now and living a wonderful life with my grandson, but my daughter said mom to me instead of dad. So you get those shocks, but you really don't wake up yet. Now in 2012 my wife really woke me up because she threatened to divorce me if I wouldn't change my crazy work ethic. I got me a Tony Robbins coach, and she was really good and changed my thoughts and caused me to change my actions. And one of those actions was going to a Tony Robbins seminar. I was smart enough to bring my wife, and there I saw her cry. I felt myself standing there crying in the big audience, 5,000 or 10,000 people. It was huge. And there I decided to stop lawyering. And there are two quotes I want to give you that I learned there. One is, it's in the moments of your decisions that your destiny is shaped. So what did I decide there? I decided to focus on my personal development, on my private life, instead of working crazy hours and only thinking about money and helping clients. And the second quote I want to give you is, if you want to conquer the island, burn your ships. If you want to conquer the island, burn your ships. So really focus on something new. Now I realized focusing on my marriage would save it, and it did. It really did. Now, how did I come to the insight? What was the light bulb, if you will, that caused me to decide to stop lawyering, to sell the part I owned in my law firm, and to enter into coaching? That was a very powerful closed eye process, a kind of meditation, long meditation. But what I saw there, when the question came up, who do you not want to be? Because if you continue being who you are now, what pain will it cause? I saw myself in my professional lawyer's outfit, what you would say on that aisle in Great Britain, the wig and the gown. Fortunately, we have no gowns in the Netherlands because that's only itching and very annoying. But I saw myself in my lawyer's outfit and I thought, well, this should not continue, which was a blow because I've been a lawyer all my life. When the question arose, who do you want to be? What future do you see for yourself? I saw my wife standing in I don't know if you can see my arms here, but she had her arms out, standing in between the two horses I had at the time. So I saw those three individuals, the balance that they radiated, the love, the calm, and I thought, well, that is my future. So I have to get rid of the mask, of my lawyering mask, which I always took home, because when we had discussions or arguments at home, I discussed as a lawyer. And my wife said, don't talk with me as a lawyer. I mean, be yourself. And I said, well, I am a lawyer. This is the way I talk. That's why I'm so good a lawyer. And I didn't realize long that everyone in life has different, let's say, personality selves according to the situations where you're in. But I took my lawyerly self back home, which was not very wise. Now that's the short story that happened in 2013. That was transformative. Like, it was a transformative year. You mentioned 2013 as well, didn't you?
Yeah, 2013 was obviously the year. Guys and girls, what were you doing in 2013? There might be a theme here.
So Sammy,
I mean, you went through that process, right?
Yeah. And but that's what I would like to do with those who are watching this now, a short version of that transformative process, moving from who you don't want to be to your ideal self, your ideal future. So is it an idea to start that now, Sammy? Is that
brilliant? Yeah. Let's
okay.
do it, guys and girls. Are you ready?
Okay. So if
Okay.
ready, guys and girls, first my first advice for you is be brutally honest with yourself, because I'm going later on to ask you to close your eyes and to go inside deep and to answer some questions that I have for you. And you don't need to answer those questions out loud. You don't need to write anything in the chat box. It's just your internal discussion that counts. You talking to yourself, your unconscious talking to your conscious mind. So get into your feeling mode and get out of your head. As Tony Robbin says, in your head, if you're only in your head, you're dead. So get out of that head, get alive, and go into your feeling mode. Now, then my first question, you can still have your eyes open, but just think about now a situation. My first question for you is, do you feel something must change in your life to bring back or to create stability, balance, happiness, confidence, self-worth, or even a relationship that you want to make better again, or a new relationship you want to begin? That's my first question. So do you need something to change in your life that you feel to be really important? The second question is, does it hurt when you think about continuing living the way you live now? Because if you continue doing what you're always doing, you get the same results. If there are some results in your life now that you don't like, does it hurt to think about that? So is there a reason for change? So if it hurts, I always say good, because pain is the prime stimulus for change, and pain is the good stimulus to start to focus on perspectives that life has to offer. From pain to pleasure, as Tony Robbin says it, from pain to gain, as Andy Harrington says it, and I say from pain to perspective, seeing the perspective that life has to offer you. So using your pain wisely and not letting pain use you is one of the best kept secrets in human history. So I want to bring, with your help in your life, with your eyes closed, some pain into your existence right now. So don't be afraid of that. Give you the gift of finding and facing your pain. So please close your eyes, if you will now, and give yourself the gift of going deep inside. So close your eyes and define what is holding you back. See and feel deep down in yourself what you don't like about yourself, what you would love to change. I mean, do you, for instance, postpone crucial decisions? Do you procrastinate? Do you work too hard to be able to create or maintain a meaningful personal relationship? Do you neglect? Do you neglect your partner, your children, if you have them, your friends? How often do you see your parents? Not often enough. Do you perhaps have unhealthy eating habits? Are you too fat? Are you too thin? Are you on tablets that don't really help your health to get better? Are you on some form of drugs? Do you use too much alcohol? Are you smoking? Gambling? What in your life is causing pain? What is not as it should be, if you were really honest with yourself? Now, what did you miss out on in the past due to your attitude or your actions or your limiting beliefs? What was destroyed in the past because of that? A relationship? Your career? Who did you hurt, even unintentionally? Who did you hurt? Whose love did you lose? And who does it hurt now? Your attitude, your lack of taking action, your unhelpful habits. Who does it hurt now? And how does it hurt yourself? How does it hurt yourself? And what opportunities do you miss out on now? And what opportunities do others miss out on now due to your attitude, your actions, or inactions, or wrong actions? And if you don't change that, who will you never see, speak, hold, or kiss again? What dreams will never become reality? What financial goals will you never reach? What career goals will just be illusions? And what private goals will prove to be totally unrealistic. So what will your current focus and attitude ultimately destroy in your life? And not only in your life, but also in the life of others. What will it cost your loved ones? What high price do you pay because of your limiting beliefs? And where will your body be in 5, 10, or 20 years from now if you don't change your eating habits, your drinking habits, your smoking habits? And how will you feel about losing the spiritual connection with the force that created you if you do not change? Imagine now that change is impossible. You feel sad, feel the sadness, feel depressed, feel hurt, feel sorry for yourself, and make yourself believe that everything is personal, is permanent, pervasive, and that you can't help being the way you are. Feel the pressure, the weight on your shoulders, the sense of loss, the bad consequences to your health, and the painful impact on your private and professional life. Feel the frustration, the loneliness, the sadness, and the anger in 5 years, in a decade, or even longer from now, if you keep on holding to your old beliefs, your old ways of not dealing with the habits that don't suit you. And visualize your deepest regrets over time and ask yourself, is this what I want to settle for? Do I really want to keep those painful consequences of my negative beliefs or actions in my life? Do I really want that? Now decide now that the answer is no, you don't want that. The pain would be too intense. You feel the pain right now of not changing. Feel that pain and take that step to break free and regain control over your emotions and thus the quality of your life. And then you now possess an effective catapult to propel or push yourself out of the pain and towards the goodies of life. So stop being a prisoner of your past and become the architect of your future. Step into that future now. Step into that future and visualize your future in the most brightest of colors that you love. And see yourself fully energized. You slept well. And look in the mirror with your eyes now still closed, but look in this mirror in your mind and see yourself being proud of who you are. Feel the pride of who you have become. And imagine the praise at work. You manage your work. You're not a slave of it anymore. And picture coming home. The love that surrounds you. The smiling faces. Watching Harry Potter with your kids. Having good conversations with your partner. Envisage being with friends, the bonding, the laughter, the camaraderie. They love being around you. And you know why? Because you love being you. See it, feel it, and enjoy it. Now feel strong, feel proud, feel sexy, feel handsome, feel connected, feel safe, feel funny, feel appreciated, feel loved, feel on fire. That's the feeling of controlling your life. Now feel you are in control of your life. Feel the balance. Feel you have the life in your hands. Feel your life in your hands and in your heart. And put your hand on your heart and breathe deep. Breathe deep. Inhale slowly through your nose. Take a deep breath and exhale through your mouth. And with your hand on your heart, decide you're going to move into your future, leaving bad habits, unproductive thoughts behind stepping out of your comfort zone, stepping out of that iron wall that surrounds you, because it feels comfortable to be where you always have been, do what you always have done. But now you've broken down the walls of this iron curtain. You see the future. You see where you're going to take your next steps, to step out of your comfort zone and dare to be you. And enjoy it and feel it. Feel it in your body. Feel it in your heart, and let the feeling flow through every vein, every muscle, every tendon, every bone of your body. Feel the feet on the floor if you're sitting or standing. Feel your feet on the floor and feel grounded. And relax and enjoy. And now you can slowly open your eyes when you're ready to. And I say, good morning in your new life.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Guys and girls, good morning. Come say good morning. Wow. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do that again. You know, the very first time when I talk about the very first time I did this and went through the Tony Robbins experience, actually did it with Andy Harrington first. Andy did it, and it was just a really powerful activity. And I remember, oh gosh, this is going to be a bit close to home, but I remember when we stepped 5 years into the future, and then we stepped 10 years into the future, and then we stepped 20 years into the future, and really feeling into, if you don't change anything, what will happen? And 5 years into the future, I just saw myself completely, unhealthy, being cared for by other people, being a real pain to people. I was causing them a problem because I was relying on them. Within 10 years, my heart problems and my body had completely deteriorated, and I was just like a husk of my former self, couldn't even move within my body, and I could just see myself paralyzed within my body. And then 20 years into the future, all I saw was coffins going past me of all the lives of all the people that I was missing out on because I was working so hard. And the final little coffin, my dog Bonnie, I saw her coffin go past me, and I came undone at that point. I was like, I haven't even got time to walk her. Things have to change. And I actually changed my life completely after walking away from that event. I said, this isn't worth it anymore. And I walked away from my £7.8 million business. I just said, I'm done. This is not making me happy anymore. And so, whilst I'm not encouraging each of you to walk away from a multi-million-pound business, I am encouraging you to take this activity seriously. Take it seriously and really step into the future. And as Jan has so beautifully guided us through that process, really take that step 5 years, 10 years, 20 years into the future. Yeah. Who will you become if nothing changes? Gosh, something to think about. Jan, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you coming and sharing this amazing activity with us at RippleFEST to take us out on the grand finale at the end of day 2. Is there anything that you would like to share with our audience before we wrap up today's event? Is there anything you'd like to leave us with?
I would say start your day when you wake up with a meditation. A short meditation of 10-15 minutes, set an alarm so that you won't fall asleep again. And what I used to do is I count down from 100 to 0, which causes my brain waves to go on a lower frequency. And if they are on a lower frequency, you get access to your subconscious easier. And your subconscious starts to, let's say, get alive and doesn't feel taken over by your conscious mind. And when your subconscious is helping you, it creates all kinds of beautiful ideas, possibilities, insights. And that way you can start your day really, let's say, relaxed and also productively. So I would suggest you do that, and not only relaxing in your bed, but if you've been sitting an hour or 1.5 or 2 hours, step on a rebounder. You know, that this little small things that you can have in your room somewhere. I have one, and it creates flow of oxygen in your body, so your oxygen gets through with your blood to your head, start to create clear thinking again. There are some small activities, like Elka said, some small things. I mean, the 7 seconds silence, or meditation, or jumping for only 5 minutes on a rebounder to create a flow in your body. It all helps you to stay sane and healthy. So take care of yourself. That's my final message.
Yeah, I think that's the message that's really coming through tonight, isn't it? More than anything, taking care of ourselves, having healthy, loving boundaries around ourselves. Like, you know, when we're moving in to building a global movement, let's not forget ourselves as we're building the businesses, building the movements, building the relationships that we're building. It's so easy to say, oh yeah, call me anytime. And then, you know, you're getting into calls at 11, 12 o'clock at night. That's not okay. So yeah, I think that's it's a really, really important message. I love all the activities that our amazing speakers have given us this evening. If you've enjoyed it, what's been the aha moment? What's the thing you're going to do differently when you say good morning tomorrow morning? What's going to have changed between now and when you wake up tomorrow? Jan, thank you so much for being with us at RippleFEST. So excited to have you with us. I've put all of your contact details in the description with this live stream.